Welcome to a new video and episode on my Raspberry Pi 2, which runs Linux, Raspbian Linux or Raspberry Pi OS, and connected to a serial cable, HDMI cable and USB cable for the fischertechnik camera, which is the actual focus. Can I get it running? And that focus has shifted to something else, which is what I ended with in the last video. The visibility via VNC. So let's go to the screencast and see how that works out. So, like I said, screencast. And when I started this series of videos about Raspberry Pi in combination with fischertechnik camera, I had a full screen on the monitor, which does now show nothing, absolutely nothing. Also, I have a very small VNC screen, which I don't like. And this is a view with another fischertechnik camera. This is the micro SD card, which still contains Ubuntu Linux. This one is the RaspberryPiOS, which you see here. And I'm connected through this address. And last time I found out, after finishing the recording, how to get things done somehow. So with this, and you see this message which I cannot explain. Video control, again low voltage warning. And this is, as you can see, a different angle. This is from the other fischertechnik camera, which is here connected. So, can I scroll up? I should be able to, but I'm not. So this might even get harder than it was last time. This is very difficult to pinpoint. No, there's the other one. Alright. So how to shift up so I can get rid, oh, like that. Although that is not entirely what I wanted. No, it's not. Anyway, I wanted to shift it down and up, but this is okay as well. What I want is a bigger screen, and somehow it looks like I have to do it here, but this is VNC, so it's not in the Raspberry Pi configuration settings, it's in the VNC settings. Question how to do that, and I'm not quite sure. Anyway, this seems to work, but I want it a lot bigger. Another question is, apparently with Ubuntu it doesn't work that well, very blurry, while this is, wait, the blur situation can be dealt with in this way, yes, less blurry. I changed setting or the situation of the lens. Anyway, shift the focus to VNC setting, because this is not workable. and then something else happens. In trying to get everything running, I follow the same way as I use for tight VNC and other stuff, and it doesn't work that way. I chose to stop VNC server in the conviction that, or being convinced that I could start it easily enough. Again, that doesn't work. So, by finding some hints on the internet, I created a file in which I set a geometry 1280 by 512, which is half the screen. Then I don't just start the VNC server, but VNC server virtual apparently, which does run. The only problem is I'm still unable to connect, and without a connection I have nothing, because the screen doesn't work either. And I can easily show that. This is the screen that is supposed to give me the RaspberryPiOS screen, which doesn't show anything. Now I could of course apply a mouse and a keyboard. Let me just quickly do that. So this is the mouse. Which has no result whatsoever, which I find quite logical. Because when I boot the Raspberry Pi, the screen doesn't come up, which it should do. So I can choose to start all over again by putting the Raspberry Pi OS anew on this on the SD card, and see whatever happens then. Although it is nicer to debug, but some of you have already told me in the other projects that debugging, as I'm essentially doing now, is quite boring to watch. But it's quite educating. So, what to do next? Very nice question. Okay, so now the problem has shifted from watching the camera to how do I get access to VNC server, which I was using in the wrong way. Now I have started VNC server virtual, which is in user mode, and of course I am then using, why does this not respond properly, Tiger VNC, which I did use and cannot use anymore for now, but surprisingly on my iPad I have nice contact, though be it with a limited screen. So let me try to record on my iPad. So now I am actually recording on my iPad. I have to give my password. And now I am actually watching the camera, which is recorded through this cable. And as you can see, I can see more of it than I could on my Linux screen, but it is working. and the mouse is very odd because that X on the screen is not where my finger is. So this is not pleasant working. But on the other hand, I can see something. So if I go here and tap, that one goes away, then I can kind of move freely. Kind of. So this is how it should look on the big monitor. Should look. Because the way it does look is not very good. Black. But at least now I can see something, and that it works with a nice resolution. With a nice detailed image. Which I can't say right now for the VNC server or VNC watcher viewer on my Fedora Linux computer, which I don't like. Okay, right now I cannot do anything more than what I did, and I did find out that under voltage detected is probably the reason that I do not have my monitor, which is clearly attached to my Raspberry Pi. Also, due to something I did with VNC, I have now this column 1, which is working on my iPad, which I cannot use still here. So whatever it is, I hope to solve it in another time. Too bad I can't do anything else, but at least I got something on my iPad. So I think that's it for this time. So with this video, where you can see that things don't always go the way they are meant to, thank you for watching. If you like this video anyway, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion. Very much appreciated. And you can please support by becoming a patron or just donate via PayPal or IBAN. This is obviously going to be continued in some way. So take a look at my website, also my Instagram and my Twitter. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Bye.